What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the True Christian Podcast. I am Mike Pagano. I love that you guys are here. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, you hit the bell, all that. But I want to get to the point. This is going to be a quick video, unlike normal videos that I do where I go into depth on things. So I was actually planning on going live. And before I went live, I went on to TikTok for just a minute to see if anybody had messaged me. And this live stream pops up. And here's the White House addressing the country. And it's not new that they do this, but it's the first time in a while that I listened, because I try and stay away from politics. I used to be heavily involved in it, and you can get obsessive over it, and it can just drive you to all these emotions because they're just full of nonsense all throughout the White House. But I listened, and I want to go ahead and play it.
Officials talking about how they want to take away their rights, or how they want to even threaten their parents with felony charges for seeking health care for their children. These kids are sitting at home having to listen to people who are supposed to protect them and their freedom saying these horrific, ugly, despicable things.
Let's go ahead and stop that. So I didn't get this from the beginning, but what she's talking about is how the Republicans, the conservatives, are out to get the trans community and destroy the LGBT community and attack them. And then listen to the inflammatory speech, the way that she chooses to use her words to appeal to your empathy. This is a number one tactic of politics in general. And with anything, when you want to convey a message that's received, you have to trigger some kind of emotion. That's how people connect, right? Does the video make me happy? Does it make me sad? Does it make me angry, right? They are going for empathy all day long, because what they're really saying is that Republicans have put forth bills to get children out of homes if their parents are willing to cut off their breasts or their genitals. That's what they're talking about, protecting from child abuse. Parents who think, oh, my 12-year-old who can't legally drink, can't legally vote, can't legally drive, can't legally join the military, can't legally own a gun. Oh, they can't even choose their own bedtime, but they can choose their own gender. You're right. That's how they're wording it, that they want to come into your homes and take these children. And these children going through such a mental thing that how dare they sit there and be like, they want to take me. They're supposed to protect me. They are trying to protect you. They are. But let's keep listening.
So far this year, we have seen more than 450 anti-LGBTQ bills introduced at the state level. You've heard me say that before, amounting to a record number of anti-LGBTQ bills in our country's history. Guys,
Anti-what? Anti-bills because of what? Because they're trying to protect children? And here's another thing that's crazy. Pay attention that the White House isn't addressing anything going on with our economy right now, or, I don't know, the wars going on outside of our nation's borders, all the different things going on in this world that could really probably use some addressing. No, we're going to talk about a tiny fraction of society. And we're going to paint this image as if they're the ones that are being bullied, not the majority of people who are saying we don't want this being indoctrinated to our children in the schools. That's, oh, how dare the majority say we don't want our kids being talked to about genitals and sex in the 3rd grade. If you're a teacher, you should be teaching something that's a fact. Not theories of what we think, and these people coming out talking about, well, gender's this. You don't know what you're talking about. Gender's been one way for all of human history, and then in the last couple decades, people just decided to start being crazy. Say what you want. Oh, well, Native Americans had a 3rd. Stop it. You sound ridiculous. I saw something recently that made me laugh. It said, if you put 100 women and 10 men on an island and come back 100 years later, you would see a growing civilization. But if you put 100 women and then 10 trans men on an island and came back in 100 years, you would come back to 110 dead women. Think about that.
today is day 70. It is day 70 of 2023.
That's the play. Guys, it's day 70 of 2023, and we're talking about transgender stuff. That's okay.
The same leaders that tout freedom apparently don't extend their love for freedom. If they disagree with who you are, who you love,
appeal to empathy, who you are and who you love. not the facts that they're trying to stand up and say this shouldn't be taught in schools and you shouldn't be altering your child's chemical balances in their body at the age of 9 or 10 with puberty blockers, that you shouldn't be giving little girls a double mastectomy or whatever the proper term is. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce it properly. No, that's not respecting who you are or who you love. These children don't know who they are yet. Let me tell you how a parent should handle a child dealing with this. The same way I handle it when my son thinks he's Batman. I say, kids, come downstairs for dinner. My 5-year-old comes down. He says, Dad, I'm Batman. Oh, cool, bud. Go wash your hands. Well, I'm Batman. I don't have to wash my hands. Cut it out. Go wash your hands. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good. Simple as that.
Or how you parent. It's government overreach at its worst, taking away rights from the vulnerable, all to distract from a deeply unpopular agenda that caters to the ultra-rich.
Isn't that a little ironic that the left here, and I'm not a highly political person, my king is Jesus, but the left here is saying that the right is the ones who have this crazy agenda. But what you're doing is you're saying that the people that are the majority, and I'm going to talk about left right now, left or right. I'm talking about the parents that want their kids safe in school and not being indoctrinated with something. They're trying to take away the rights of the trans youth, the 0.2% of the country that wants this in the schools. That's not how democracy works. It's not, let's pick who the class is that we're going to bump up. Special treatment is unequal. If you want equality, then just like we're not in schools telling third graders about straight sex, we don't need to be talking about anything else. And here's the thing. People act like we're saying that you don't accept our existence. You are ignoring our existence. No. Here's the problem. The schools aren't trying to just go, hey, by the way, there's this thing going on, and some people believe men can be women, and some people don't. They're not just laying out the facts of the situation and saying this is what it is. The schools are acting as if, or the teachers, these teachers that are super, don't even get me started on that. They are presenting it like this is the truth. And if your parents disagree with this, your parents are wrong. Your parents are wrong. It's not like here's the, facts of what the discussion in the country are. No, it's a 100% bias of saying, if your parents, if your family, if you believe this, you're wrong and you're a bigot. That's the problem.
As the president has made clear time and time and time again, you have heard him say this, not just as president, but also as vice president, also as a senator throughout his career. He believes that everyone in this country should live with the safety and dignity. With the safety and dignity. There is no asterisk over the word freedom in this country. We will not hesitate to call out this behavior. If I have to do this, or we have to do this, or the president has to do this every week,
we know. You'll do it every week because this is where you want the focus. You want to start building up the base for the election coming up. You want to start reaching out to your victim groups. You want to start reaching out to people with the empathy. Here's an idea. Look, I told you I'm not that political. So I'll be honest with you. Let me give you guys a tip if you want to win this next election. The president's got to do more than defending transgenders. Because I'll tell you what I hear from people on the left. They're getting tired of it. They're getting tired of it. Like, yo, we going to actually worry about, I don't know, the cost of eggs? We're going to actually worry about things that our civilization needs and not teaching second graders about penises and vaginas? Is the left's wondering that too. So if this is your direction, the same thing you did when you put Hillary up. Like, I remember after that, people were like, yo, they chose to lose that by letting Hillary run. It's stupid decisions. Go ahead. Keep doing this. We want to kill babies with abortion. We want the freedom to do so. And we want to give little children surgeries and hormone blockers. Yeah, and we're gonna die on this hill.
will. And I'll just say what the president has said over and over again when it comes to LGBTQ plus community, when it comes to vulnerable communities across the country that are constantly being attacked. We have their back. The president has their back, and that will continue.
Yeah, no, we we fully understand that that's who the president is worried about. We fully understand that the president's main focus is on a marginalized group because they're not allowed to cut off the, well, they're not, it's not that they're not allowed, that people are trying to put forward laws to protect children from irreversible things that can destroy their lives. You're right. God forbid we care about the children that you want to abort, the children that people only want nowadays as something they can live vicariously through. It's almost like this side of the political arena doesn't want any kids unless they can play with it like their own little doll and use it for its own purposes. What's that that housewife of whatever has 3 kids in the last 3 years that have all come out? Like it's just people are living vicariously through their kids. Look how liberal I am. Look how progressive I am. My daughter is actually actually my son, who's actually a cat. Guys, it's ridiculous. I have nothing else to say about it. I'm going to get out of here. But again, if you like the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, do all that stuff. I'm not the guy that's going to sit here and put the graphics on the screen. I trust that if you enjoy this, you'll be back. I appreciate everything you guys do. God bless and go in peace.